The Little League World Series, Lamity Stadium. We started a week ago Wednesday with 20 teams. The fans have shown up in droves, delighted to be back on the hillside. And the 20 have been reduced to 2. It's an island World Series, Curaçao, with about 150,000. And they are as loud as the island of Honolulu that has over 1 million. And they brought their fans as well. It'll be Curaçao and Hawaii, the Caribbean and the West, to decide the Little League World Series title. The most dominant team we have seen in recent memory. Right up back. He makes the catch. That's a home run robber. Oh, wow. From his backside. Sakamoto, center field, way back, it's a grand slam. There's the home run. Ruston Hyoto. Hawaii heads to the championship game. Curaçao, your international champions, they are going bananas on the field. Welcome everyone to ABC's coverage of the Little League World Series presented by T-Mobile. We are certainly looking forward to this one. Two very enthusiastic fan bases with Curaçao and Honolulu. Chinese Taipei won today's third-place game over Nolensville, Tennessee. And then just a few minutes ago, the great kids from Nolensville were awarded the Sportsmanship Award here at the Little League World Series. Dugout surrounded by some dancers there for Curaçao. And I thought Japan put on the greatest display when it came to infield practice. All of a sudden, the kids from Hawaii are putting on their show as well. They are disciplined and they are determined, and they've been dominant. Welcome, everybody. Alongside Jess Mendoza, Kyle Peterson, and we'll be joined by Julie Foudy and Sebastian Salazar. Well, we made it. I mean, we are at the final gun here, the championship game. What a week and a half it's been.
Rav, it's the stories that are here that continue to move me. I think about Fallon Randall being the only girl, sweet smile and that swing. And how about Josiah Porter? Just being able to see out of one eye the grand slam that he hit to get them into that championship game. That's the stories and the things that get them here.
Yeah, the stories go on forever. And whether it's the kids on the field, the parents off the field, the volunteers, there are a million of them.
There are, and there's more people here this year, and I think that's big. For all these kids that get a chance to experience this, for most, only once in their entire life, they get a full house. Well, over 20,000 here today. They didn't get to experience that last year. No tournament the year before. I love hearing the excitement back in this crowd.
This is a great matchup because Hawaii's been the most dominant team, and Curaçao is convinced they can beat them. Let's talk about Hawaii.
I mean, domination, I don't even think describes it. I mean, they get on the field, and this is what they've absolutely done. You talk about an ERA at .23, and their batting average sits around 400. What is that going to do? You're going to outscore your opponents 47-2. That's what they've done every single game, absolutely dominating. And you think about the home runs that they've hit, 12 home runs. The rest of the field, you're talking about 19 teams have 19 home runs combined. That just gives you an indication of that power. At 45 run differential, we've never seen anything like it before. It's the best ever at the Little League World Series, especially through the first 5 games. And we talked about those 12 home runs. Half of them have come from 7 different players. You think about 7 players on this team. Leading the way was Hikeo, Payanol with those 3. And the magic is the manager, Gerald Oda, with Julie Foudy.
Gerald, congratulations first off on making it to this title game. You have your ace on the mound in Jaron Lancaster. What are you expecting from him today?
Well, you know, I know Curaçao is a very good fastball hitting team. They have a lot of talented batters. So what we told Jaron is just, hey, just, you know, pitch it, throw it. If they hit you, they hit you. And definitely we're going to have to mix up a lot of our pitches because, again, Curaçao is a great fastball hitting team.
This is your second title game, 2 for 2. You won it, of course, in 2018. What advice did you give the boys today?
Enjoy it. You know, it's their last. We keep telling them it's their last day of summer. Tomorrow morning, around this time, afternoon this time, we're going to be back in Honolulu. So we just said to the kids, they deserve it. They worked very hard this summer, and that this is the last time as a team we're actually going to be playing together. So as coaches, we just stress to them, enjoy the moment, have fun. Whatever happens, happens, and just play hard.
Can I go back to Honolulu with you? When you said, let's go back to Honolulu, I'm there with you.
Anytime. You always have an open room in my house.
Thank you. Ravi?
Thank you, Julie. It's amazing. He said the same thing to Jess, and when we mentioned we might nothing.
No.
Crickets.
I'm there.
Crickets. It's about 86 degrees here, perfect for an island like Curaçao that's used to playing in the heat, and they're up against it today.
They are, but they're also used to playing here. I mean, it's an island in Curaçao that has been a regular participant in this Little League World Series, and when they get here, they usually stay for a while. Well, this year a while has been a lot of games. They won their opener, lost their second game to Panama, so they had to come back and win 5 games in 7 days just to get to this point. They can really pitch it. That's how you win 3 games by 1 run. Over that win streak, 3 shutouts. They've allowed just 4 runs in the 6 wins that they have had here. When we talk to this Curaçao pitching staff and talk to their coaches, they talk about the ability to throw strikes up and down. They'll need to do it again today, but they can now say they are back-to-back international champions. Now with a chance to win the 2nd Little League World Series title that this Pabot Little League has ever done. Davy Joe Rica, we won't see him on the mound today. It's a right arm that has been up to 78 miles an hour in this Little League World Series. Pitch count means he can't go today. He'll still be right in the middle of this lineup, and he still may be doing this. This got him to this point against Chinese Taipei yesterday. It was a 1-0 game, and it stayed a 1-0 game because of the glove of Davy Joe Rica. Doesn't stop there. They get a secret weapon, Rav. I'm not sure if you knew that, but they got a secret weapon today, and we're going to see the secret weapon on the mound. He hadn't thrown any pitches at the Little League World Series. Shamar Jacobus, in fact, the last time he pitched was in the regional in the Dominican Republic, and he threw just 4 pitches in the regional. So 4 there, none here. Enter secret weapon. We will see him later on. And down on the field, Sebastian Salazar will tell us more about Curaçao.
Guys, it's great to have the international teams back here at the Little League World Series, but it's really great to have the international parents back. This crew from Curaçao, they're rolling about 40 deep, and trust me, you're not just going to hear, you're going to feel the support that they have for this group from Pabao Little League. And speaking of support, there is a ton of it back home. I'm told of multiple watch parties around the island, including the biggest one, which is at Bam Bam's. It's half batting cage, half restaurant in Willemstad. They've been hosting watch parties throughout the tournament, started with a couple dozen people. I'm told there were over 200 at yesterday's watch party for the international party. They're expecting double that today. So Carl, KP, Jess, if you're not already huge in Curaçao, you're going to be after this weekend. And if there's anybody on the island that has to work on a Sunday, can't get to a TV, no worries. Our crew from Deporte Activo Radio are broadcasting back to the island in Papiamentu. So whether it's television or radio, all of Curaçao will be tuned in today.
All right, Sebby, we're ready. I mean, I don't know if this is a dance party or a Little League World Series game. Maybe it's both, which is the best of both worlds. It's sitting room only on the hill. We're getting set to decide a champion in Williamsport at the Little League World Series.
Nothing's gonna stop us now.
Crush! It's a grand slam. What a catch, Chafin Cordelia.
Ain't nothing gonna stop us now.
That ball is pounded. Get about it. Struck him out. Yes.
Ain't nothing gonna stop us now.
The Little League World Series on ABC is presented by T-Mobile. Get coverage beyond the expected. Stream in the air and abroad on us so you can stay in the game. And we have 1 game left. Game 38 of this 2022 Little League World Series that started with 20 teams from around the globe. The biggest, the best, this Little League World Series. We had 10 international teams. Take a look at just how many miles they had to fly to get here. And they all flew to get here. Over 9,700 from Australia. Team from Taipei, 7,800. We zoom in on this great little town of Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and the Little League complex actually in South Williamsport. Willemstad, Curaçao is off the northern coast of Venezuela. It's the largest of the 6 islands in the Caribbean that constitute the Kingdom of the Netherlands. You can see the folks swimming behind those beautiful big sea turtles. They speak Papiamento, that's the official language. But most of the folks you know from Curaçao speak 3, 4, sometimes 5 languages. It's the language of baseball now. Let's meet the kids.
My name is Ethan Cagdilia and my favorite player is Didi Gregorius.
My name is Alexander Babasea and my favorite baseball player is Ozzy Albies.
My name is Chiller Emperador. My favorite food is chicken. My name is Joshua Acosta. My favorite actor is The Rock.
My name is Ishan Winkler. My favorite food is a hamburger.
My name is Jaden Wheel and my favorite app is Instagram.
My name is Davy J. Rijke and my favorite player is Ozzy Albies.
My name is Shamasa Fiakovas and my favorite food is pizza.
My name is Emery Hansen and my favorite emoji is $.
My name is Jaden Luisa and my favorite band is Queen.
My name is Ryan de Castro and my favorite player is Kelly Jansen.
My name is Kishande Sandaran and my favorite actor is Kevin Hart.
My name is Tisham Morafasa and my favorite player is Rura Samprofar.
My name is Kisha Renkel. My favorite emoji is Make It Laugh.
Our lineup today was brought to you by PNC Bank. Take a look at the starting lineup. It looks like this with Rijke at the top. He'll be playing shortstop today. Yesterday made that great play in center field. This was a Little League that won it back in 2004, and you hear the players say who their favorite player was. In 2004, every one of them, including Jonathan Scope and Jurickson Profar, a couple of major leaguers, all said Andrew Jones. He was the guy in 2004. Zeno Everett is the manager of this team. Regamar Rott will run over to first base. Ildeon Martinez, a long-time veteran coach of Curaçao. And they can go high and low depending on where they are in a game. What a support system for the Odas. They have this guy on the mound, Jaron Lancaster, who's arguably the best player in the World Series this year. He will throw it hard. His first pitch is in there for a strike. He'll throw it in the mid-70s. He's got a great curveball, and he has tremendous composure having been here. The shortstop and over the head of Keikoa Payanal. And Rijke's going to second. What a read! Nobody was there, and what a start for Curaçao as Davy J. Rijke took advantage of Hawaii. Lollygagging it out there behind second.
I know you said Jaron Lancaster might be the best player at the World Series. I put him right up there with Davy J. Rijke, though. This is like head-to-head matchup. It's kind of that bat you look for. A little bit off the end of the bat and off the end of the glove of Payanal there at shortstop. But how about the heads-up base running? Recognizing no one's at second base. Heads up, too. It wasn't his coach telling him. He read it. He's on second.
That brings up Emery Hansen. He's today's catcher. Squares to bunt, gets it down. There's nobody at third base, and they get the out at first base, and a nice play by Lancaster. But to third base goes Rijke, a perfectly executed sacrifice by Hansen.
Yeah, when we talk to this Hawaii coaching staff before the game, they talk about Curaçao's ability to handle velocity, that they had seen them handle velocity. They're going to see velocity from Jaron Lancaster. So you get a leadoff single to center that wasn't hit hard, but hit in the right spot, then a perfect bunt that moves that runner up to third base.
Jalen Wheel now up for his pitch. A really good one on the corner, 73 miles an hour. From 46 feet away equals 95 miles an hour. Like a major leaguer throwing a fastball from 60 feet, 6 inches away. Outside, here comes Davy J. 1-0 Curaçao. And boy, that extra base he took on his hit proves huge. And it looks like we have a camera issue.
Uh-oh, did we lose one?
Yeah, I think we lost the front of one.
I think we made it this long without losing one. Look out!
Oh!
One stings. Take a timeout.
It went low home.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're doing. We're taking a timeout because there's a few pieces of that glass that have gone on the field, and that is obviously a problem.
KP, you were talking about it. Daley Watson was actually supposed to start this game because they had talked about Jaron Lancaster and the fact that he throws so hard. The biggest thing about Curaçao is they've faced a ton of velocity. Take another look at the direct shot to our low home camera. See the shreds of glass too right there on the field, so they're trying to clean up. How about this look though?
Watch out.
How do you not?
Nowhere to go.
You want to flinch every time. No, but that's why they wanted Watson to start. They had thought about it because the teams that Curaçao struggled against, Panama, who they lost to, and Nicaragua, who they did not score as much against, was because of the breaking ball.
That's Dave Earnhardt down there running low home that was trying to get that thing out of the way.
And in an effort to get it out of the way, it came in so hard, he nailed it. I mean, he landed it. He went right into it. Kind of a neat view for the viewer at home. You don't get to see that very often.
But it's probably a little bit different feel if you're standing on the other side of the camera when it's coming directly at you. But yeah, it provides a really cool view.
So they clean that up. Again, from a game perspective,
look at the spin.
The shattered ledge, it just kept gaining on it.
Don't
Seeing Davy J, it doesn't matter. From a Curaçao perspective, we're good. Shattered glass or not, we got a 1-0 lead.
Yep.
And for a team that rides emotion so hard, Hawaii hasn't trailed much at all in this Little League World Series. This is unfamiliar territory. We have that going.
They haven't trailed until now.
And it's the first time they've given up a run. So we got one out, and that was really executed well. Emery Hansen with a sacrifice. Let's go over Curaçao's resume. Nicaragua, they beat them 2-0. Panama, they lost 9-3. So when you lose here in this double elimination format, your next loss and you're out. Kind of like that camera, you're out. They beat Italy 1-0.
Yeah.
1-0.
And by the way, they were throwing 50 miles an hour. They struggled with that lower velocity.
Yeah.
After Italy, it was Canada. They beat them 4-2. Nicaragua 7-2. Mexico 2-1. Taipei 1-0. They've been in a bunch of very close games. Ready to go again with Jalen Wheel. Chased a high 1 ball, 2 strikes. Look at his reaction. He's like, why did I swing at that?
Been there, bud. It's all right. That's why you get 3.
Strikeout 1 for Lancaster, and you saw just how filthy that breaking pitch is.
A fist pump on the mound. Fastball's been up to 73, and they may show you a little bit more than that, but this is the separator, and it'll get them off the fastball a little bit more. Breaking ball that starts on the outside part of the plate just keeps on going. Second out of the inning. First strikeout of the day.
Kishore Hinkle next up. Another one off the corner. Strike 1. Kishore's the first baseman. 4 for 16 in the tournament. 2 RBIs. That one misses away. That was the nickname Panda, Pablo Sandoval. It's a nickname for Kishore as the outfield is very deep. The cleanup hitter for Curaçao. Inside, a nice block there. Nucci's going to be busy today because of the breaking pitch. Daryl Oda and his staff all were here in 2018. Same group of coaches that won it all 4 years ago. Two balls, 2 strikes. Even the infielders are on the grass, all of them. Ooh, on the corner, that is wicked. 71 miles an hour. But it's Curaçao who breaks through first. Hawaii breaks the camera. It's 1-0.
Jaron Lancaster with back-to-back strikeouts, but Davy J. Rika gets the party started. Early run for Curaçao.
Jaron, come on, let's be reasonable here.
No way, Kevin. You're mine.
Team Hawaii!
Great sport, Kevin Nagandi here with Sports Center. You take a look at the regional pool from the United States. The West has been such a good region, of course, whether it's the California clubs or the teams from Hawaii. Hawaii, one of the great spots in the world on the southeast coast of Oahu. The gathering place is what it's known as. Third largest of the Hawaiian Islands, 44 miles long, 30 miles across, 596 square miles. Kids have been loose. They were dancing, playing Hawaiian music before. Now they're playing baseball. Let's meet them before they hit. And today's lineup brought to you by PNC Bank. Keikoa Painal has got 3 home runs. He will lead things off. They all have the ability to put it over the wall. Wong in the 8th spot has got a home run. Kyle Peterson and Jess Mendoza, Carl Ravitch up here high above home plate at Lomity. And Julie Foudy and Sebastian Salazar with the interviews. We're set 1-0 after the top of the first, and here comes Hawaii, a team that has been the most dominant in every facet. Shamar Jacobus, Math Pizza Paris, and soccer. First pitch on the corner. For a long time, soccer was the sport in Curaçao, and then Hensley Mullins made it to the majors, and there was a seismic shift on the island to baseball. And now they share the stage with soccer. It's baseball and soccer. As Kyle said, so many of the kids that learn the game at 4 stick with it for a long time. We've got a whole bunch of major leaguers from Curaçao. A little high, 1 ball, 1 strike.
18 major leaguers from a country that has 150,000 people. That would be like having 18 historic or major leaguers from Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah. One ball, 2 strikes. Pennsylvania was here, Hollidaysburg. Chase Link was on that team. They were very good, and they drew huge crowds about 120 miles away versus the 9,800 miles away. But Painal and Link, the biggest home run hitters. 1-2, went slow and up, and too high. We're even up at 2-2. Keikoa Painal played second yesterday. He was outstanding. Didn't miss by much. Now we're a full 3-2. Painal is 5'8", 129. Got a chance to meet Mike Trout last year during the Little League World Series Classic and calls it the highlight of his baseball life. He may have another one. High and deep down the line and left and gone. His 4th home run of the Little League World Series, and the 1-0 deficit has been erased. That was a no-doubter, roughly 245 feet over the hedge.
Oh, look at the look of this, too. 3-2 count. How about the 13th home run for Hawaii, the 4th for Keikoa Painal, and he gets a pitch just up in the zone, knows it right away. No one in the stadium didn't know it as soon as it was hit. Ravitch just got a different sound coming off of their bats, and we've seen it a ton, especially the last 2 weeks here in Williamsport.
Good answer. Here's Kama Angel. First pitch misses away. Mike Trout would be very proud of what he just saw the leadoff man Painal do. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well,
Angel.
Not just leadoff man. You mentioned he was here last year. He's the leader of this team, and what Hawaii has to do is respond. They do it with their first batter.
And welcome back to pitching for Shamar Jacobus.
An easy task, I don't care who you are, but especially for a kid that has not thrown a pitch in their time here in Williamsport. It's early, though.
Here's another one, deep to right field, and Paredor at the wall. It's gone! Angel, back-to-back with Painal. Here comes Hawaii to celebrate at home again. They lead it 2-1. Wow!
And nobody's hit more in this tournament. And they're showing you why right away. Keikoa Painal hit his 4th to start this one on a 3-2 fastball, and now Kama Angel, who has already gone deep in this Little League World Series, does it again. Hands in the right spot, drops a head right on it. This one didn't get out by as much as Kikoa's, but it got out by enough.
Watch him sprint out of the box, too. Do you see that? I mean, he wasn't sure. He got going quick, but 5 feet, it clears it.
I think now we just kind of got to slow some heartbeats out on the mound.
Of course.
Been thinking about this one since they told him he was going to start yesterday, and that's we're going to do more than slow heartbeats. We're going to make a move.
Yeah, this was the other guy they seriously considered starting. He's the lefty, Jaylord Emperador. He just watched the ball fly over his head. Hawaii has done this before. We've seen multiple home runs in an inning. And for Kama Angel, it's not only the homers, of which he has 2. He's now 8 for 16. He's hitting .500 at the Little League World Series. Just said it. They sound differently, so we'll go to break and we'll hear them. First, it was Kekoa Painal. A no-doubter with a hook down the line and left, 245 feet. And then look at that.
Go down and get it. Back-to-back, Kama Angel following it up. Curaçao goes up 1-0. Hawaii responds. First 2 batters, and now they're up 2-1. They're not done yet.
It's 225 feet to hit a ball over the wall here at Lamini. It's not that easy. When we used to have 13-year-olds, it was a little bit easier, but still not easy. Honolulu has 2 already, their first 2 hitters. They have 14 homers. That's the second most by any team over the last 10 years. We haven't gotten to arguably the biggest threat. Kid coming up now, Jaron Lancaster, who was in the home run derby last year.
The rest of the other teams, all 19 teams, have 19 total. I don't think they're going to catch him today, but they're giving it a pretty good run so far.
You never know. Got a chance to see Jay Emperador. He'll face Lancaster, first guy for him, and he goes way off speed. Ball 1. They are so comfortable in this batter's box. It's not a home game, but boy, it feels like their home field. Have we ever had back-to-back-to-back homers to start a Little League World Series championship game?
He's saying no.
Two balls and a strike. Zeno Everett insisted after he was questioned why he left Rica in a 6-1 game. He said, I got 5 legitimate pitchers that we can use. This was one of them. But before the game, when I asked their staff, the secret weapon or anyone else, are they anywhere near what Davy J was? And they acknowledged, no, Davy J's different. Right now, the different guy is in center field. 2-2. Just turning in back-to-back home runs to start the bottom of the first for Hawaii. Next one to Lancaster. On the ground, a short. Wheel will have to throw quick, and he does. Nice play by Jadelyn Wheel. What do you got, Julie?
Ravi, I am indeed with the home run hitters' moms. Melanie Painal, sorry. It's only or papaya. Yes. That's an inside joke from before. Angel's mom, Cowie. Okay, we're getting this. We're only 2 weeks into this. We can do this, people. Home run mamas. How about that? 4 for Kekoa here. How are you feeling, Mel?
Unbelievable. I can't even imagine. Last year he had 1, and this year he's got 4. But you know, the entire team worked very hard. Every single one of them, and they all have it in them to do a home run. Yeah. They do.
I think I heard the boys saying that that Angel's hitting 500 in this series. How do we feel about that?
Wonderful. You know, my son is living his best life, playing baseball, what he loves. These coaches, these families are amazing. Like, it's wonderful to be here.
Deep left field, Cordelia is there to make the play. Boy, he fooled a lot of us. I'm not sure it ever felt like he knew where that was, but he was on it the whole way, and he had such a great diving catch yesterday. Jathan makes a good play there.
And you don't see balls hit this high very often. I mean, it might be right to you, but you lose it when it's hit that high. I don't care if it's day or night. And again, just that sound in general makes you want to run back.
Okay. Thank you, Julie. It's a tough job here for Sebastian and Julie today, because when Hawaii's up, I mean, it's a threat.
Home run at any time. I know.
You could have asked 2 questions in the ball flight.
To get Jules start working on our home run call. Just break right into it.
Here's another guy, Koen Sakamoto. Got a homer here. He's been their most dominant pitcher.
Most RBIs on the team, too. Grand slam, home run, both semifinals against Tennessee. He's had 9 RBIs total in the tournament. He's batting 5th. He was batting 6th. He only moved up 1 spot.
Yep. So 2 home runs for Sakamoto. That one has bounced in the dirt. The great part about the kids from Curaçao, they're not going to be intimidated. They know what Hawaii is capable of. They've seen it for a week and a half. And now they just have to deal with it. Plus 46 run differential for Hawaii. Wow, you like the breaking ball here? What you see?
I think his stuff looks pretty good. Imperador comes in, gives him a look from the left-hand side instead of the right-hand side. Velocity's a little bit better. If he's going to have success, though, over the course of the next 4 or 5 innings, the breaking ball is going to need to find it. Because we've seen this offense, and you can't go up there with just one attack mode.
Davey J. Riker, the center fielder, is shaded well towards right field. There's a ton of room, as you can see there, in left center field and down the line and left. 2-2 to Sakamoto. Got him swinging, ball dropped. They'll have to go to first. Now he's waiting to throw, and he waited too long, Emery Hansen. Sakamoto ran right down that baseline, and whether he was inside it or not, you could see Hansen wasn't willing to throw it. He was going to hit him.
Watch the arm angle. So for Emery Hansen, he kind of drops down and throws it. And if you're going to do that as a catcher, this is the one you want to throw in foul territory. This is when you want to start yelling outside, 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 as opposed to inside to get the first baseman on that side. It makes the throw a lot easier. But with that low slot, if it's not in the right spot, it's going to tail right back into the runner.
So a strikeout, and they give an error to Hansen. That's a play, right? You see the catcher 2 steps to the right or 2 steps to the infield. He didn't do that.
One or the other. You just got to figure out a way to clear yourself from the line so the runner doesn't figure into the throwing angle.
We'll see if Hawaii capitalizes on the error. Brennan Tomas, the left fielder. Ball 1. Tomas hasn't hit the ball over the wall, but he's been hit 3 times in this tournament. 1 for 5. Maybe that's why his favorite athlete is Mike Tyson. Can take a punch. Good one on the corner. Ball 2 strikes now. With 2 down, runner at first. Back-to-back homers to start this inning. Keikoa Painal, his 3rd of the World Series. Kama Angel, his 2nd. They removed the error, so just a strikeout. So no error. He got him chasing too. Good job by Emperador as he came in after back-to-back homers.
Here they are. Keikoa Painal is 4th of this Little League World Series. That tied it. His buddy Kama Angel comes up next. 1 righty, 1 lefty, both with the same result. 1 in the books. In the championship game, it's 2-1 Hawaii.
Ouro mano, você assim Jonathan Scope, tu classe que estou usando, se enjoy wega, tra duro, se eu acho você best. Meu amigo você promover o bom, se assim que dá para outro, que tem um beisebol duro e é a forma do você não sair de porta grande. Mas você é best. Toma.
Eu sou professor aqui banda, me desejo tour classe de êxito. Me sabe você não ascender banda não. Se você best do no tour que tem, você.
So you see Kenley Jansen there, and of course Jurickson Profar. And really prior to Bam Bam Mullins, Hensley Mullins, who's now an assistant hitting coach for the Yankees, the players will tell you they didn't have a lot of scouts go over and look at the players, but Mullins changed everything. And as a result, they get a lot more eyeballs on the kids that are growing up playing baseball. And as a result, so many of them are now major leaguers. Sebi, it is a baseball mad island.
Absolutely, and my Papiamentu isn't perfect, but I can give you a little bit of a context to what Jurickson Profar and Jonathan Scope were saying there. Profar wishing the guys all the success in the world. He knows they're on fire, keep giving their all, and he knows they'll come home champions. It was a similar message from Jonathan Scope. I don't know if you caught it in there, though. Towards the end, there was a tuma. That's a Papiamentu equivalent to like let's go or vamos in Spanish. It's usually accompanied by a big fist pump after a big hit. Let's see if we get some tumas here from the boys from Pabao.
Yeah, they need some now, down 2-1. We got Sebi riled up. He's ready.
Yes, Tuma. I like it, Sebi. He's going to have Papiamento down, though, I bet, by the end of the game.
He's got a great mind for language, no question about it. And I heard him say during the earlier game, this is his favorite event. He's been to some events now. He's covered some major soccer events. And anybody that gets a chance to visit Williamsport for the Little League World Series, you may leave feeling the exact same way that Sebastian feels. That's down the middle on a 3-0 pitch. Acosta was taking the entire way. He's 5 for 15, 3 RBI on the tournament.
It's from both sides of the plate. You don't see that very often at this age.
Lancaster battles back, full count. And he lost him. Leadoff man is aboard. Sunday night, Atlanta, St. Louis. It's the Braves and the Cardinals finishing up their 3-game set. Nolan Arenado, congratulations to the Arenados. Just had a baby. First game back after the baby, 4 for 4. So he's got his daddy muscles working. Good news too, Austin Riley, third baseman for Atlanta, going to be wearing the microphone tonight.
That's a shocker too. He didn't want to do it for a while.
He's come around. Our coverage starts 6 Eastern baseball tonight. Sunday night countdown.
You guys have done some really cool stuff with that mic'd up on Sunday night. That is great sound.
I appreciate that, but the players are the ones that make it work.
But you get one, and then all of a sudden they all want to do it.
And one of them is, of course, from Curaçao. That's Ozzy Albies, who is outstanding. Slow roll to third. Fair ball out at first base. Home plate umpire made the call. Dennis Williams. And there's one down, but down to second base goes Acosta. Yeah, you're right. Austin Riley now is going to wear it. He's the third baseman for Atlanta. Of course, we had a whole bunch of guys wearing it during the Little League Classic. It was tremendous. The center fielder and right fielder for the Orioles were talking to each other, and then Cedric Mullins' earpiece went out, so he just started talking, which is always great television. Well, we are grateful for all the players that have done that. Jalen Emperador, the current pitcher for Curaçao, swings and pulls that foul. Checks his bat. Of course, the Little Leaguers that are fortunate enough to get through the state and the sectionals and the regionals end up here, and you're leaving with a boatload of great stuff. Gloves, bats, shirts, batting gloves. You may bring your favorite here, but you're generally going to find a new bat to use. Ooh, tough pitch. Looked like it was a little outside. Gets the call, though. And that's another 73-mile-an-hour fastball.
Look at Nucci behind home plate and the way that he handles velocity as this game goes on, because he stole one right there. That is not an easy skill to teach a 12-year-old kid. One, you get hurt back there sometimes. Ball bounces, hits you sideways. Like it is not always a lot of fun. but that ability to frame usually happens a lot later on, and he does a really good job of it.
1-2 off speed, and he fouled it off. So did you, when you were down there talking to the coaches, watch at all what Honolulu was doing during their fielding practice pregame? It's
No,
very,
I heard you talk about it, but I didn't
very
see it.
Japan-like. They have like 7 things going on.
I saw multiple baseballs in motion.
Yeah,
I did see
always.
that.
Heard them in motion. I kept hearing like pop, pop.
They'd hit a ground ball to the first baseman. He would field and throw to the shortstop covering second. At the same time, a baseball is being hit to the second baseman, and the first baseman would run to cover the bag. So they're always in motion. Swing and a miss. Second out of the inning. Third strikeout for Lancaster.
It's a perfect loop. And all this is 2 things. It's velocity and its location. The fact that it's elevated, it's so hard to catch up, one, to this level of velocity, and then when it's up in the zone, trying to get the barrel there. By the way, welcome back, low home.
Amen.
Camera
Dale's
fixed.
back.
Yeah, new camera in there. Ball 1 to Alexander Provasia. He may have made the game-saving play yesterday against Taipei when they had runners at second and third and 2 down early. And he knocked the ball down and threw the runner out at first. That ball gets by third base, Acosta. All right, so he's 60 feet away from tying this ball game up. Tough play for Nucci behind the plate because it looked like Provasia was swinging at it, and it may have distracted the catcher. No foul. Look at a pass ball. One more of those, or a wild pitch, and we're tied up again. Oof, very late on a 76, so we're seeing an uptick in velocity as Lancaster gets looser and looser.
That's the best number today, isn't it?
Yes. And it's because that runner's on third base. I mean, we see as the runner gets closer to home, his velocity go up.
The original lineup had Daley Watson, who's at third base, as the starting pitcher today. And we were all under the assumption Lancaster would start. They kind of looked at the at-bats prior and said he's better for this job. That's on the corner. That's caught looking for Provasia. The tying run will get stranded at third base. And Lancaster starting to warm a little bit out there on the mound here at Lomini. He strikes out 2 in this inning. Struck out 2 in the first 4 in the game. That's the Lightning. The Thunder is coming up when we come back to Williamsport. Earlier this week, Volunteer Stadium hosted the 4th annual T-Mobile Little League Home Run Derby. Let's hear it for this year's winners. They fight from Marana, Arizona, Lace in Black from Ashland, Kentucky. Over 6,000 boys and girls from across the country participated in local competitions ahead of the championship in Williamsport, with each participating league receiving an equipment donation from T-Mobile. Congrats to the winners. Congrats to all. Was that Jenny Finch and Hunter Pence? I see there helping out.
Lace in Black, Reese and Vite put on a show. Doing that with Todd Frazier. I think we had just as much fun.
Little League also wants to extend a special thank you to its official sponsors, Capital One and T-Mobile. They help maintain the strength and leadership of the Little League program. Little League would also like to thank its dedicated volunteers who make the program a special experience for millions of children. Congratulations to Steve Keener, the president and CFO of Little League International, Pat Wilson, Nick Coringi, and all the folks here that make this such a great event. Everybody came back, including the fans, the international teams. A smashing success for the folks here in Williamsport and the millions across the country and the world that get a chance to watch it every year. It'll be Micah Noda, and then Isaiah Wong, 7, 8, 9 due up for Hawaii. 2 balls, no strikes. Close. I want to give away any free bases to the Hawaii kids if you can prevent it. Pioneer and Angel, they're starting to pace in that Hawaii dugout, knowing they may get another chance, and that's a leadoff walk to the 7-hitter, Micah Noda. For Hawaii, they beat Washington 11-1. And then they wiped out New York 12-0, beat Texas 6-0, Tennessee 13-0, and then they got Tennessee again 5-1. That was the 47-2 number that we gave as outscoring your opponent, plus 45 run differential.
I mean, through 5 games, I know you just listed that, but 47 runs
is a lot. This guy's been responsible for 3 of them, 3 RBIs. Isaiah Wong, the first baseman, is the relief pitcher, heads down to the bullpen. That was Kushandrickson Duran, who's been really good. So we may see him today. That one gets by quickly. Down into scoring position goes Noda. He's going to try for 3. Here's the throw. He's in there. Great hustle. The bag came off. Not a problem. He beat the throw. He's in.
Just like the first inning, when David J. Ryka went from home to second on a ball that was not hit very hard out to center field. It was his decision entirely. It's the exact same thing. A good heads-up base runner by Micah Noda, who gets around, looks, sees that ball still had not been corralled by Emery Hansen, and goes from first to third on a ball to the backstop.
So Jaylor Emperador on the mound, taking his time. In from the bullpen comes Duran. The next one to Wong. No time still called because the bullpen battery hadn't yet made it back to safety. Oh, I see what happened.
I think we forgot a mask.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
Either that or what's in the right hand there.
Ball or a mask. Both tend to come in fairly handy if you're warming a guy up.
Yeah, he's
Kushandrick he's just hanging out. I'm good. Let me know when you're ready.
Can't do it without that. Back to real live action. 1 ball, 1 strike. Isaiah Wong, 3 for 8. And a threat to put one over the wall. He looks at one that bends just too far in. 2 balls and a strike. Feels like those are the kind of calls that Emperador is going to have to get. Because if the strike zone shrinks, it gives these big kids a chance to really whack at it. 3 balls and a strike. Five substitute players for Hawaii. Dangerous pitch, 3-1. First and third. Little League World Series about to end, which means the 54th U.S. Tennis Open is about to start. Tomorrow, 11 straight hours of coverage on ESPN. We'll start at noon Eastern time. Medvedev and Coco Gauff's matches will be seen. And our primetime 7 Eastern match, Serena. And this is a tournament that likely will be dedicated in so many ways to Serena as she is preparing to end her tennis career. 4 hours of coverage on ESPN2. As Serena squares off against Danka Kovinovic. 7 to 11 Eastern. As always, you can watch every point streaming live on the ESPN app.
Venus and Serena are teaming up, aren't they? I think in doubles, I saw.
Yeah.
14 or 15 career Grand Slam titles from a double standpoint between them.
Looking directly at the catcher, Hansen, who is in some ways partly responsible for not getting over there to get that ball quick enough. And just kind of a wake-up call. We're facing a good team. We've got to throw strikes. Got to get our head wrapped around this. Nucci is a threat to bunt there with runners at first and third. He's the 9-hole hitter, and then Pionol, the home run hitter, due up next. Nobody out, first and third. And he hit him too. Boy, what a bumpy inning for Curaçao. He has thrown 10 pitches this inning, and one of them have been a strike. And now the crowd recognizes who's coming to the plate. 4 home runs in the World Series. Also recognizing it is the manager for Curaçao, Zeno Everett. We're no longer warming in the bullpen. We're going to start pitching in this game. So they've tried Jamar Jacobus. They went to Emperador. And now they're going to try Q. Sondrickson Duran. Pitcher number 3. Little League World Series title game. Hawaii has them loaded, nobody out, and their best home run hitter coming up. High and deep down the line and left and gone. Here's another one, deep to right field. Emperador at the wall, it's gone. Back-to-back homers started this thing. We've now used 3 different pitchers, and that's how Hawaii has been most of this Little League World Series. Walked through there before the game. They had music going. Their heads were bouncing, and they were dancing, and they're feeling real good about their chances. And welcome to the game, Q. Sondrickson Duran. Bases loaded, Pionol. Sky high pop-up. Hansen, the catcher. Here comes the third baseman, and it goes right off the screen. It was close.
You got like 8 seconds of airtime.
It was.
It's just different. It's not just Pionol. He's had 4 home runs here. And take a look at Sondrickson Duran getting his first look.
That's a good pitch on the inside corner. And he's ahead 0-2. Careful with the runner on third. Threw it up in the zone. Good pitch.
Good idea.
He's pitched well. He pitched a complete game against Cuba. Famous distant cousin, Jason Momoa.
Dream job is to become a cop, and his dream moment is to one day meet Kenley Jansen. He wants to pick his brain about pitching. He started as a soccer player, switched over to baseball. Just a couple years ago, super shy. He said he's the quietest on the team.
1-2. Popped up. This is going to be a hard play. Provacia, Hinkle, Provacia. Ooh, he stabbed it coming in from third. Here's your throw. Didn't tag him. He is safe. And it's 3-1. Good hustle. Micah Noda.
That's good all the way around, because you said it early, that is a tough play for any Little League second baseman, but this ball gets above the roof. This is way up there, and just talked about it just a minute ago, the height of fly balls, but then the mindset around third base, and Micah Noda, who took the extra base earlier in this inning and comes in to score on the sac fly.
This is all the respect of the outfielders. That's Acosta's ball, the right fielder, all the way, but he's literally standing with his back to the wall. So normally he makes that catch, they don't tag and score. But because second base has to go back and get that, it's almost an impossible throw to come back around.
Understand, Hawaii is averaging 2 runs per inning. I don't mean in this game, I mean for the World Series. They have played 50 innings. I mean, they've played 25 innings at the plate, 50 runs have scored.
It's 2 per inning.
2 per inning.
Yeah.
And a 2-0 count to Kama Angel, who already has a homer. 2-1. Duran is moving the ball around really well. Pionol is just such a massive guy to get out, but it's not easy here with Angel. And then Lancaster, who is on deck. Could maybe roll the double play, get out of it. Or a line shot to center field. Renke's got a good arm. He's coming in. Here comes Wong. Here's the throw. Offline. Another run. RBI for Angel. That's his second for one Hawaii.
I know we love talking about the home runs. Look at the location of this pitch with 2 strikes. This is a pitcher's pitch. It's actually low and away. Goes down and gets this. This isn't your home run swing. This is get my barrel to the ball with 2 strikes kind of swing. Following the ball, you see it running away from the barrel, but he follows it to find outfield and get Hawaii another run on the board.
Looked a little bit like the Astros' Michael Brantley. Just a really sweet swing from the left side. Now Lancaster. Oof. Anxious on a hanging breaking ball.
This is also, to me, what stands out with the coaching for this team, because yes, they hit the long ball. They understand counts. You'll see different swings dependent on the situation.
Lancaster end of the bat. Cordelia not going to get there. That's going to bring in another run. Nucci would score, and a single and an RBI for Lancaster. Cordelia was so deep, respecting the power. He had no chance to make the play. Add another, it's 5-1.
I think that's one of the things you got to be careful about too with defensive positioning is, you know, you're not going to rob a lot of home runs, and so you get too deep, there's not as much of an advantage maybe, or if there is right here. You also know that with that swing of Jaron Lancaster, so often the ball goes further than that. He just didn't barrel it up. It got off the end. And Jathan Cordelia, who's made some awesome plays in left field, just didn't have enough time to get there.
Yeah, but you got to play him deep. I mean, I get it. I get why they're so far back because of how hard Hawaii hits the ball.
I get it. I just don't know if I'm playing quite on the track like they were a few other times.
Daley Watson. Good pitch inside, strike 1. And you're right. You're not going to rob a lot of homers, but we've seen 2 of them on this field. 2 homers taken away. Davy J yesterday, and Corey Kahn did it for Pearland, Texas. Good pitch, but that gets away from the catcher, and the throw to third is not going to be in time. Joe Madden always said respect 90. I mean, that was his thing. You gotta make sure you respect each base, and they have given away in this Little League World Series, it's 60 feet. So the respect of 60 is something you could just hear Joe emphasizing. Respect 60. Now a single could bring in 2. Great pitch. Locked him up and a strikeout. So you figure, all right, we're good. We got through the 4-hole hitter. And here comes Koen Sakamoto, who leads the Little League World Series with 9 RBIs. This one is playable. Cordelia, he's there. He makes the play. Got it off the end of the bat. But Hawaii is doing Hawaii things. They scored 2 in the first, 3 in the second. You're looking for love. Give me a little high five here. Give it up. Come on now. Come on now. Who else? Anybody? Come on. No? All right. I'll just dance.
I'm just going to dance then.
Welcome back, everyone, to ABC's coverage of the Little League World Series presented by T-Mobile. Little League gave out their award to their community heroes, so they want to recognize them, and we'd like to do the same. Keith Barnes, league president for the Mamie Johnson Little League in Washington, D.C. Ali Guerrero volunteers her time to the youth in the league and to the community at large by overseeing their opening day festivities. Evangeline LaRosa, 10-year-old, took action and sent a handwritten letter to the mayor trying to get support for more fields and softball fields as well. Kristen Roca, she's a special needs teacher for preschool-age children, also spends her time as the coaching coordinator for Atwater Little League in California. Mike Sneed helped launch a girls pitching machine league to find new ways to bring the community together. And Megan Kegley, who is now pictured league president, Lewis County, Kentucky Little League. Her mission to make sure all the children within the league have a fun and memorable experience on and off the field. We mentioned this earlier, the Jack Loesch Sportsmanship Award given to the team from Nolensville, Tennessee. Congratulations to all of them. Joe and Flicka Loesch presented that award. That's a big one. You know, you obviously got a great team, and most of these kids are terrific kids who get along with everybody. But Nolensville, Tennessee recognized today. You know, we come here, we focus on the 20 teams. How about 6,500 leagues that participate around the world? Most of those kids have their eyes on Mlamini this time of year with their brothers, sisters, parents, uncles, grandparents, etc., saying to themselves when they're 5, 6, 7, maybe someday. And that's what all of these kids said years ago, maybe someday. And today is their day.
Jathan Cordelia, who's up to bat right now, one of my favorites that has been here. And this Curaçao team has been a fan favorite, but the defense that he's played, 4'8", 72 pounds. Smallest on the team. They say he's the fastest, biggest heart.
Really good left fielder. Diving catch yesterday. There you go. Big rip at it.
Don't you think it's kind of hard when you see a ball hit as high as some of these fly balls have had? When Jathan is 4'8". When you see him standing out there, you're like, is he really going to catch it? Is he really going to catch it? Just because from a size standpoint, it's so different than you're used to. And he catches every one of them that goes out there.
And he does it with kind of a flair. He's very calm.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes. So think about it, too. This team from Curaçao, Reicha with that double to lead off, and then the Acosta walk. They've had the leadoff man on the first 2 innings. Nope, that's outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It says 73 miles an hour. .85 pitch limit before you have to be taken out of the game. Lancaster throwing his 37th. That one is on the corner. Cordelia retired. Joey?
I've got Jaron Lancaster's dad, James, with me, and I know 5-1 always help calm the nerve. We always check in with the parents before the game. But, James, you were very calm with Jaron on the mound starting the game. How is that?
You know, he enjoys this, so that's why I'm confident in him. Every game he's pitched that was important, he likes the attention. He likes all the fans. He likes to make everybody happy and have fun. So that's why I was confident. He wanted this.
Where does that come from, you think?
You know, I think, you know, I've coached him since he was like 4 or 5, and he's always been like that. And, you know, I think it's just because I always tell him, have fun and be that guy. Be the hero, you know.
So the Slick nickname is very on point, apparently.
It is, right on point.
I understand you've been spending a lot of money on ice cream this week as well. Can you tell us what that's about?
So basically, you know, when he comes after the game, he wants ice cream or that Italian ice, but what happens is he ends up, you know, he wants to please everyone and sign autographs, but his ice cream melts, so I end up buying 3 or 4 of them. But he's really particular. He wants it hard and fresh. He doesn't want it melted, so I gotta, you know, it's worth it. It makes everybody happy.
That's what happens when you're the man.
Yep.
Hey, enjoy this tournament. Fun to watch him all week.
Thank you so much.
Lancaster Slick has been great. And there's some others in that family. He's got several siblings. 9-year-old, 7-year-old, 4-year-old. Swing and a miss. He got the big guy, Davy J. Reicha. 6th strikeout for Jaron Lancaster.
That's the first time we've seen some emotion from Jaron Lancaster, too. He's fist pumping, high-fiving himself because this was the bat. This is the first hit of the game coming from Davy J. Reicha. Does a nice job of spotting the outside corner 3 consecutive times to get the biggest bat in this lineup out on 3 strikes.
And it always happens. Ultimately, there are stars on each team. They tend to recognize the other stars on the other team. They'll talk with each other, exchange phone numbers, etc., whatever it is that 12-year-olds exchange now to communicate with each other. So, yeah, he knows that was an important out. Swing and a miss here from Jaden Luisa. Had the go-ahead RBI Saturday and Thursday. The game tying run. He's 5 for 9 coming off the bench as a substitute hitter. And beats that one to third. Daley Watson dropped it, throws to first. Good speed. Luisa beat it out as it came flying out of the glove of Watson.
That's good speed, man. He got out of the box in a hurry. First time getting up there and you're facing mid-70s. 2 hops to third base, 1 hop to third base. David Watson thought he had it, but bare hands it, gets rid of it as soon as he can. Luisa was flying down the line because when he saw it drop, knew he had a great chance. And he's on there. It's a 2-out base runner for Curaçao.
Long legs getting down the line.
Now one of the spokesmen for Curaçao is Jadlin Wheel. Fabulous interview post-game. Very well thought on all of his answers.
It's great.
He's beautiful.
He was the one that, well, like I said the other day to you, like I said previously to you, he would refer back to his other interviews that have taken place.
Foul ball, Jules. Oh, Sebi, I'm sorry.
Carl, I got a chance to hang out with Jadlin actually Saturday before the tournament started. I know you think Julie's the only one that gets the keys to the swaggin', but I got to do an interview with Jadlin. As I'm dropping him off at the Grove, we're looking over Lamedy. He says, what do I got to do to get there? I go, well, if you win enough games, you get there. He looked at me and said, if? When, brother? When? So he's confident, all right?
He does play with a lot of confidence. He exudes it at the plate. Now he's got a runner in scoring position on a wild pitch. So he had an error and a wild pitch. Luisa goes to second. Pitched in that Mexico game, gave up a run, and he said afterwards, after that first run, no more. No more. I knew that. No more.
That's what he was telling himself. Said to myself, self, no more.
He will not allow another run.
And he delivered. It was a 2-1 win.
Many things I love about this Curaçao team is they do not hide what they're thinking, what they're feeling.
Here we go.
They lay it all out there.
2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hawaii's got a 5-1 lead in the top of the third.
Oh, he's battling. That was the pitch he missed too. Seen that elevated velocity be a tough one to catch up to, and now you're seeing Wheel shorten up a bit. He's battling. He wants this one. Look at those eyes. Dialed in.
Takes a lot of his athletic cues from Steph Curry. Said, I love Curry's mentality, which of course is to just destroy the opponent. Dagger threes, pop back up and out of play. His grandma played softball at a very high level in Curaçao. And his uncle was in the 2004 Little League World Series. Told him, let's not be nervous, just let's play ball. And there is Reynard, his dad. Got him swinging, good pitch, another punch out, and he comes bouncing off the mound. He strikes out 3 in the inning, he's got 7 in the game. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Hawaii has scored 5 in the first 2. We'll see what they come up with when they come to the plate at the Little League World Series.
75 years. For 75 summers and counting, Williamsport has celebrated our national pastime and the pure, innocent joys of childhood. Over the years, new stars rise, emotions run high, and a legacy of laughter and community spirit grows. Time passes, memories age, but everyone stays young at the Little League World Series.
75 years since Carl Stotts. Really about 80 years since Carl Stotts had the idea of how do we get my nephews to play a little bit more organized baseball than just run around the yard. So he branched out a little bit, got some friends and relatives, and all of a sudden Little League was born. 75 years after the first Little League World Series, Carl Stotts Field still is there, and over the years it has blossomed into that. In fact, that and Volunteer Stadium. Lift up all the Simbas, catch all the excitement from the Little League Baseball and Softball World Series tournaments. Visit the virtual fan zone experience. Visit littleleague.org/fanzone. We've got the swaggin' ready to roll here. Yep, tighten up the lug nut a little bit and get that thing cooking. Maybe Sebastian and Julie roll in it together.
Yeah. See that scooting one more time.
Rustin Hioto. Ouch, he got hit.
Boy, you okay again?
third hit batter by the pitchers from Curaçao as Q will go over and make sure that Hioto is okay with a little high five. That, of course, was one of the more viral moments of this Little League World Series year. Isaiah Jarvis for Oklahoma went over and hugged the pitcher. Daniel hit him. And they flew Isaiah here to the Little League World Series. All right, Kyle, you're the pitcher. What do we got going on here? Breaking ball that's not breaking?
Yeah, first one was a fastball. This one, I think it was something different. I don't know. I mean, listen, and you see this with a lot of Little League kids. Hawai'i climbs on top of the plate. They are going to get right up on top of the plate. And the one thing that you can't do is give away the inside part of the plate. You still got to be able to use all 17 inches of home plate. However, if you go in and miss, the margin for error is minimal, and it's now 2 pitches and 2 hit batsmen here in the third.
Hal Purcell will bat now. He's had a good Little League World Series, 3 for 6. Slow roll to second. First base unoccupied. They go to the second base bag, and they do get him. And they may take a look at that one. It was a slow developing play. Provacia threw it to Wheel. And Hawaii's coaching staff said, you stay there. And they may look for a review here.
First glance, I thought he was safe. I thought he got to the bag without seeing it in slow motion, but because this ball was hit slow.
I think he's out, just because I think the front foot was up in the air.
We've seen that a few times. Instead of going straight in.
No.
I'll let you guys debate that one.
You don't want to jump in this one, right?
Just want to get in the middle of this.
Frame.
See, he would have been safe if his front foot was straight, but I do think you're right. I think he's out, which I hate saying.
It pains you.
Which part? You're right?
You're right.
You're right.
It was a really good decision, though, by Provacia, because I don't think he had enough time to wait for his first baseman to get back to first base.
Yeah, see, Hinkle was off the bag.
Yeah. And if he pauses at all, then he's got zero chance to get anybody out on that.
Yeah.
Immediately spun to go to second. It was his best chance to get it out. I think he just might have gotten it.
It's a really important call because bases loaded and nobody out. Very different than first and third, 1 out, especially where we're at in this game. 5-1. There is the 10-run rule after 4 innings. And if Hawaii gets their 3.5, they obviously wouldn't bat to the bottom of the 4th. And they have put 2 runs up in the first, 3 more in the second.
Oh, that's close.
His foot on the base?
Maybe one of those where, again, the call on the field has to have enough evidence to be overturned.
I think back foot's there.
I don't know.
His back shin.
I don't know if we made. I didn't see that the first 2 times we went through it. I was just looking for the ball on the slide, but I'm not certain that back foot was on the base.
I just don't know, again, if there's enough to overturn it. And the call is out, so again, maybe that was the case. They looked at it for a while. So it is first and third, 1 down. Kobe Ino's got a bat now. He'll bat in the 9 spot, and then Pionol and Angel are going to get another chance. See if they can keep them off the board here in the bottom of the 3rd. That one got away, and you thought, you know, Little League, all gets away, you got a runner on first. You kind of want to force some action. Maybe Hansen throws down. And the runner breaks from 3rd. Didn't happen there.
It's all about your read. Purcell didn't read it.
Two 2-0. It is Tal Purcell at first. Rustin Hioto is at third base. think Cordelia and company have listened. He is really shallow in left field. Understanding who's up as well, but he's real shallow. Two balls and a strike. Love Kobe Ino. Just the helmet, 4'9", 84 pounds. 3 balls and a strike. And he's a point guard in basketball. He likes to cross people up. Basketball clinics. He has played with a lot of confidence. He thinks he can out-dribble Kyrie Irving. Love Kobe. He's gone. That's now bases loaded, and Pioneer back up in that same situation. Again, you can't help but reflect on that decision to leave Davy J. Rika in a game they led 6-1. Clearly they were determined if we're up by 8, we'll take him out, and maybe if we're lucky enough, use him again over the weekend.
Pero sti auto tu base walking. Non sa atitude me se cambia de veld. Sì, ti auto tu base. Un dopo play pa mi, un dopo play pa mi para não sair. Tem bala bom. Bom, tem bala bom scarpi. Mami abre.
Good double play out of that.
Sure did.
That'd be pretty helpful right now if you're Curaçao. I would be very wary of the first pitch, because that is what Keikoa Paianal will do. He will hunt something right away if he likes it.
He has 4 home runs in the tournament. There are the numbers, 7 RBI. There's no place to put him. And Kama Angel, who's got a homer and a single and RBI, is on deck. It's 5-1. Well, his dad, you heard him tell Julie he likes to please people. He knows that a big fly here would be very pleasing to all the folks rooting for Hawaii. And he got hit. That's going to bring in another run. And you can see the shoulders slump from Kushadrickson Duran. Pitching has really let Curaçao down today.
I think we're just seeing the ramifications of losing that game to Panama, having to use so much of their staff, Rav, to get to this point. And obviously Davy J. Rika, I know we keep saying it, but I mean, the best arm in this tournament by far, playing center field. He's ineligible to pitch today.
And coming into this game, Curaçao only walked 9 guys in 7 games. In 7 games they had played 9 walks, they had hit 4. They've already hit at least 4 today, 3 in this inning.
Yeah. 5 in the game. Here is Angel. Strike 1 in the corner. Got to get out of this in a 6-1 game in the bottom of the 3rd. Ground ball to second. Wheel is so far in the hole, it would be real hard to double up anybody. Swing and a miss there. He's ahead 0-2 now. Remember what he did last time up. Drove one to left center. The international champion Curaçao, the United States champion Honolulu, Hawaii. We got the Angel sign ready to bounce again. 0-2. Will not chase. Good eye. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2.
After Lancaster got hit, he was pinch run for by Pional. Oh, he's at first. Talk about spreading around the wealth. Each of the first 5 Hawaii batters now have 2 or more homers. Each of the top 5.
Half their team has home runs here, 7 of the 14.
2-2 on the way to Angel. Slow one, and it's fouled straight back.
They're givers.
Well, they've talked about how the pressure is never on any one of them because of that. A lot of times we see 1 or 2 kids in a lineup that can do that. In this one, it's the entire lineup.
Didn't get the call on the inside. We're full 3-2.
That's a good idea, though, because
and he looks like he's in some real pain. Down on the mound now is Kushandrickson Duran. And the athletic trainers will rush out there to see him. I didn't notice anything on the throw. But the pitcher for Curaçao is laying down on the pitcher's mound. Now sitting up, and the doctors and trainers that are out there communicating with him. Good news is he's walking off under his own power. Try to get a report as to exactly what it was that caused him to go down. We'll continue at a 6-1 game at the World Series. Welcome back. A lot of very concerned folks right now for Kushandrickson Duran, who went down on the mound. Sebastian Salazar is down there trying to get the latest. This was the last pitch he threw. Didn't appear as if anything was hurting right there. Maybe at that point his elbow started to hurt. And then he said, I need to sit down. And all of the issue would be speculation. But watch that left hand there. He's sort of looking at that elbow of his, and that's all we have to go on, and that's hardly anything. So we'll wait to see what Sebastian says. The new pitcher is going to be Joshua Acosta. Pitcher for yesterday, who was really good, has now moved into right field. Rangelo DeCoster.
Acosta's been out there already in this Little League World Series. 2 innings, walked 1, struck out 1. Give up a hit, did not give up a run.
So as Acosta continues to warm, let's remind everybody, we just talked about the U.S. Open tennis. College football is back too in a big way. Top matchups of the day highlight the ABC College Football Week 1 lineup. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Georgia Bulldogs. They square off at 3:30 Eastern time. The Chick-fil-A kickoff game, Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta, 7:30 Eastern. And then Notre Dame, number 5, takes on number 2 Ohio State at the Shoe in Columbus. The Saturday night football game presented by Capital One. Both games available on the ESPN app. He's going to assume a 3-2 count with the bases loaded. And Angel still up. And he rips one fair ball down the line. This may clear them all. Eno is in, rounding third, coming home, and to third the throw goes and tagged out there. But a base clearing double And it's 9-1, Angel continues to pile up RBIs. He now has 5 in the game.
5 RBIs in the game. 3 hits in 3 innings, including the home run that he had back in the first inning. And we've seen him kind of do it all different ways. Up the middle, home run, this one right down the right field line. And, you know, after that delay, 3-2 count, you kind of just sit in middle, hoping that all he's going to do is throw a strike. Clears the bases, tries to get to third. Gets thrown out. Another big hit for Hawai'i.
2 down, Lancaster. Second base, go get it. And off the glove of Provacia. Almost looked like he may have taken his eye off it. And things are continuing to spin a little quick right now for Curaçao.
Tell you what they did really well on that last place, hit the cutoff man, because it allowed them to get an out. If you blow that one past the cutoff man, there's going to be, well, in this case, somebody else would have scored on that play. So they did at least get it out on the double down the right field line. But that one they wanted to get him off the field.
Outside kicked away, and now moving down to second base goes Lancaster. It's 9-1, bottom 3, the most dominant team that we have seen on the American side in a long time. Continues to put up massive runs. It's done by not only the top 2 or 3. You look at the bottom of the order today, they've all scored, they've all been on base. That's foul. So whatever Gerald Oda and Keith Oda and Willis Cato are doing, I'm not sure you can emulate it, but it works. Think about what Honolulu has done. Their first appearance in Williamsport was in 2018. Since 18, they have won 14 of 15 games. That's a .933 winning percentage. They check into the hotels. They don't leave until the event ends.
Chamber of Commerce likes it when they show up. Parents are going to be here the full 2 weeks.
They bring a ton with them, the support that's here, and it grows. I mean, it is the first jersey to sell out. Everyone that is here as a fan kind of jumps on board with this team.
Ooh, threw it behind him. Lancaster takes advantage of that.
Not only because of how good they are, but honestly, just that aloha feel that they have. You saw the shot of the jersey, we over me. I mean, that's culturally something that any interview, even with the parents that we saw, with the players, it's all about everyone else and not yourself. That's almost near impossible with 12-year-olds. The selflessness that the Odas and Willis Cato have definitely ingrained into this team.
Fortunately, that's the 4th hit batter this inning. So Zeno Everett, who told us how many pitchers they can go deep, has struggled to find the right chord. He's looking around the field wondering, like, who else can I try? Jonathan Sniffen will bat here with runners at first and third. Sniffen is a left-handed pitcher. He's been used a few times. They haven't had to resort to him because there's Sakamoto and Lancaster, but there's a lot of upside on this guy when he's on the mound.
Yes! He went.
Curaçao needs to get off the field and get back into the batter's box without giving up any more. Really good pitch there. He was way ahead of that in his thought to swing, and then he realized, I'm not going to be able to hit this. One and two. Oh my gosh, he hit him again. That's the 5th hit batter working on a breaking pitch. And the bases are loaded. Of course, Little League, one team's got a lead of 15 or more after the 3rd inning. 10 or more after the 4th, or 3.5 in the case of today. If Hawaii were to have that, we wouldn't see the bottom of the 4th. And this is certainly a guy that can hit one over the wall. Rustin Hioto. He was one of the 5 kids hit by a pitch in this inning. Ripped, fair ball. Down the line, that one goes. Lancaster scores easily. Watson in, touching third, coming home. Another 3-run double. It's 12-1 Hawaii. Rustin Hioto may have just won them the World Series.
Rustin Hioto, again, look at the pitch location, down and out. I mean, this is not a strike. But the aggressiveness of these Hawaii hitters, the confidence that they have, I mean, they are hunting for anything that is close. And a nice job here from Hioto. We saw a big home run from him yesterday. Coming off the bench, his second at bat, he got hit his last one, and now he gets a bases clearing double. Might have just put this game away.
Ball 1 to Luke Hiramoto. Been a very bizarre inning with the hit batters, pitching injury, and just the onslaught of Hawaii bats.
And 8 of the 12 runs have scored via some form of free pass. Those runners were put on either based on a walk or hit batsman. Can't do that against this team.
Well, the run differential coming in was 45.
Yeah.
Now it's 56. They've outscored their opponents by.
All-time record's 57.
Center field, Davy J. Reicha. He's there, but Curaçao is going to have to score a bunch. They are down 12-1. They need at least 2 to keep this game going. And Lancaster has other ideas. 5 hit batters, 2 wild pitches in error, and 2 3-run doubles in the inning. Welcome back, everyone, for the best coverage in the game. Let's go in for a closer look. The UmCam presented by T-Mobile 5G.
How you doing, my friend? Kale? Dennis, nice to see you again. You nervous today? It's all right, me too, buddy. All right, guys, here we go now, huh? Here we go, pipe. Hey! 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 Hey!
All the umpires, thank you very much. And on a warm day here, we remind everybody to find Little League on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at the official handles. At Little League, follow the action, join the conversation with hashtag LLWS. It's been that kind of day.
That's another kind of brain freeze.
It's been that kind of day.
I'm surprised KP hasn't done that.
Not yet.
Baseball kind of weather, though.
So the situation is pretty easy to understand. It is 12-1. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Lancaster is on the mound, and Curaçao needs to get 2. Throws the first pitch in there for a strike. Barring an incredible pitching performance, this is one of those you could kind of see coming, just given the dominance. There was no fluke about the dominance of Hawaii offensively through the United States side. It wasn't like, wow, I don't think they're that good. I mean, they are that good. And today, Curaçao just could not find anybody who could throw strikes. Not enough of them. Kishore Hinkle will try to get things started for Curaçao. 1 and 2. Nope. There's one down. They're 2 outs away.
Yeah, I think to the Curaçao point, like they had played really sound baseball up to this point. They threw 3 shutouts in their last 4 games. They weren't hardly walking anybody. But the game just sped out of control a little bit today. And you walk 6 or 7 guys, hit about the same number. This is just too good of an offense to do that against.
Well, they had the lead, and then they went up 1-0.
Yeah, this place was going nuts.
The best start you could ask for.
It's been a rough road. You know, they lost to Panama, and then they went on a streak in which they've won 5 must-win games, including several one-run games. 1-run game Italy, 1-run game Mexico, 1-run game Taipei.
And really played perfect baseball. I mean, KP, to your point, they had to get here. And you're seeing all those games, and I think all that energy, emotion, everything that they've shown. Sometimes it just reaches a breaking point.
Bom turno mesmo. Nós vamos para a bola vai agora. Tá bom, Yave. Tá bom.
Deshaun Bonifacio, after the walk, steps in. Deshaun can get one over the wall. We'd see a bottom of the 4th inning. Lancaster in a great groove with his pitching numbers, only 62.
Six foot 155 pounds. Definitely the biggest player on this Curaçao team.
The mid-70s fastball. We talked about the number of Curaçao players that have played in the big leagues, 18 total, but there's 6 currently. And you get the feel with the amount of times that we've seen Curaçao teams here at the Little League World Series and continued growth that number is only going to grow now.
Second baseman, oh, it's off the glove of Noda. They were thinking double play and a game ender, but instead Curaçao stays alive. Hard hit ball from Bonifacio.
Wants the crowd up after that one. Got down to first base, got the arms going up in the air. Keeps this thing alive. The big man putting good swings on a mid-70s fastball.
KP, I do think we'll see more big leaguers because of what the big leaguers do to give back in Curaçao. And we talked about it yesterday with the baseball week they do in December. They come back, free equipment, every kid 4 to 16 years old. A big part of that, teaching the game of baseball.
To the backstop it goes. The runners to second and third. They're fighting here, which you got to love. As Emperador now has a chance to keep this thing going with a little hit. Check that DeCaster. A little late on that. And this is what we've seen from Jaron Lancaster today, too. He will bear down. He's got 8 punch-outs when there are men in scoring position.
He gets in that stretch position and is staring somebody at third base. The fastball gets a little bit better.
Nope, that's 3 I don't want. I want this one. Good call. 1 out away. Nine strikeouts for Lancaster. All right, here we go, Deshaun Winkler. On the hand. There was some question, I think, at the plate. Did it hit the bat? Did it get my hand?
He was selling it to his coach, though. He wasn't selling the home plate umpire. He was selling it to his head coach. Yeah, all right, get on down there.
Well, Jathan Cordelia is the 9 hitter. He's been one of their better players, certainly with the great catch he made in yesterday's game against Taipei. And this is Little League at its finest right here, with a big kid on the mound, little guy at the plate, trying to keep this thing going. Ball high.
That small strike zone too, at 4'8". A lot of room to work with.
Lancaster would be looking for his 10th strikeout. He's 1 strike away, and how Hawai'i on the verge of one of the most dominating performances we've ever seen in Williamsport. That's going to get into right field. Acosta's going to come in. Shows a second run. That's what they needed to do. How about Jathan Cordelia to keep it going? What a hit. It may be a 9-run game. It feels like they just won it.
Yeah. And it's got to be him that does it too. I mean, this makes my heart so warm to see Jathan Cordelia. He's been the guy with the glove. He saved games in left field, but how about this at bat with 2 strikes? The shakeoffs too, by the way, from Jaron Lancaster, because he wanted fastball out to go right back to the swing and miss. Except this time Cordelia makes the adjustment. Keeps his team in this game.
Beautiful. Then he went all Steph Curry for the celebration at first base.
That little dude, regardless of what happens in the rest of his baseball life,
that's right,
will never, ever forget that moment. Because he gave him a chance moving forward.
He's been great. Davy J. Rika. That's outside, 2-0.
Also pass the bat to the best player on your team. I mean, you're in the 9-hole. The best hitter, the best player on this Curaçao team is Davy J. Rika. He gets another chance.
3-0, all of a sudden, Jaron Lancaster's pitch count goes up. He came off the mound a little awkwardly as well after that one. Now it's 78. Got a green light, Davy J here. Ball 4, bases loaded.
Hey, right, you're doing good, but just hold off the guy who hit the ball. The guy hit the ball, you got it? It's going to be your last batter probably because your pitch count is up already, that's why. Okay, just focus on the glove, throw it through the chest, got it? Doing good, hold your hinge. Let's go, defense, help them out, guys.
You would see a lot of coaches take pitchers out, not Lancaster, not this coaching staff, and obviously it's still a 9-run game.
For honesty, you'd see a lot of coaches say a lot more words when they went out there. That was pretty straightforward and succinct.
Strike 1 to Jaden Luisa. .74 miles an hour.
On the hands.
Yeah, with some movement, 96 from a major league mound. Lancaster wants this inning to end right here. This is the most batters to come up in an inning against Hawaii this year. The previous high was 5. This is the 8th hitter of the inning. Nasty pitch. Lancaster punches out 10, but Curaçao up off the mat here. Thanks to Jathan Cordelia. We play on at the Little League World Series. Hawaii 12, Curaçao 3, bottom 4 ahead. Welcome back, everyone. ABC's coverage of this 2022 Little League World Series presented by T-Mobile. Sunday Night Baseball getting set in St. Louis. Looking forward to seeing the Braves and the Cardinals tonight. Mentioned that we'll have the microphone and the earpiece for Austin Riley. Also, what's going to be kind of a cool wrinkle, Adam Wainwright, during the last few pitches of his warm-up, going to talk to David Cone as he comes out of the bullpen, kind of get you into what's going on in his head as he prepares for another Sunday Night Baseball pitching matchup against a really good team. So that'll be a good conversation as Wainwright finishes his warm-up pitches. He'll talk with David Cone. The game's at 7, of course. We'll start at 6 Eastern with baseball tonight. Sunday Night Countdown.
Buster Olney had a great piece this morning on Vaughn Grissom, Michael Harris II. Just the Braves continue to get young talent. We could have the top 3 candidates for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, the talent is right. It's not only young talent, they're like superstar guys.
Yeah.
And then they sign them to long-term deals.
Yeah. You get 3 guys signed past 2030 already.
This is, they say, a long, nice play. Mr. Oda.
Silky.
G-Money. Don't smile. Don't do it.
Too late.
Let's go, Saya!
He invited Julie and I to Hawaii.
Yep.
We heard.
He did not invite me and Kyle.
Nope.
We all went down there pregame, and he looked at me, and he looked at Kyle, and then he saw Jess. Said, "That's who I came to see, not you guys. You guys are good." So Acosta now trying to get through the 4th inning. Hawaii has put up crooked numbers in the first 3. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, a 7-piece in the third. But Jonathan Cordelia keeps the game going. Haven't had a 10-run rule game in the championship in a long time. The ball was bounced to Hansen. Instead of going backhand, he tried to get around it. We heard Oda say, we're going to be back in Honolulu tomorrow afternoon. All of these kids are already in school. Football has started, whatever sport they're going to play in the fall. Ooh, that was a good one, and it's called a ball, so a walk.
Good job.
Baseball tonight, Sunday Night Countdown show in about 50 minutes. You know who's watching this game right now because he likes the Little League World Series so much is our boy Tim Kirchen. He's going to be doing baseball tonight. I think he cried most of the way home when he left here. He was just so sad because he loves the game so much and the kids so much. We'll see if he goes with that brown RIT tie that we got him, which is a good look.
Yeah. He tied it right on his golf shirt. It was a great look.
Great.
Looked even better.
Red golf shirt.
Yeah.
Center field. Davy J with a nice read on it. And Kyoto, who's gone on as a special pinch runner, retreats to first. But in a 9-run game, they need 1. And now you get to the top of the order, and Pionol, Angel, the big hitters. Pionol, by the way, we're in the 4th inning. He's had a plate appearance in every inning. Four home runs. A 5th would give Hawaii a championship. Yeah, Kirchen had the brown tie with yellow stripes and a red shirt. It looked like a McDonald's hamburger. That's what he looked like.
He was proud, though.
Yep. The desire of the Curaçao kids to throw anything straight now to the kids that at the top of the Hawaii order is one of the reasons we're seeing all the hit batters and the wild pitches. They know what the result can be if you groove a fastball.
The thing is, it's not even so much that the fastballs are grooved. I mean, a lot of it hasn't even been mistakes. Hawaii has hit really good pitches, too. And I think that's where the fear comes from, is it's not even throwing it down the middle. You can throw it at their ankles. We've seen high and up and in.
Kakoa Pioneer in his second straight year. Heard his mom say earlier today, last year he was here, hit 1 home run. This year he's hit 4. Just looking to drive 1 in right now, and that would win it for Hawaii.
He won't be the guy. Here comes Angel. The top 2 hitters, Pioneer and Angel, today have 8 runs batted in between them.
Your run means nothing, officer, so I don't get doubled up.
Tuloy, Mama Ding. Salabing. I left.
We're going to bring in our guy, Jathan Cordelia.
Yes.
Here we go.
He's not afraid.
He's been waiting for this moment.
It's his World Series. It's his moment. The Little League World Series on ABC, presented by T-Mobile. You can get coverage beyond the expected. Stream in the air and abroad on us, so you can stay in the game. 21,000 showed up here in Williamsport today to see the Little League World Series championship game. Feels like we have 21,000 folks that bring this to you at home. The team picture was taken today just outside Alameda, and thanks to every one of those people and those that were here and are not, and certainly the folks back in Bristol. Stacey Hunt and her great group have nailed it all week and a half. Labor of love. People love this event. Look forward to it every year. Thanks, everybody. Ball 1. So Jathan Cordelia has got to prevent Hawaii from scoring a run. Kama Angels got 5 runs batted in today. Tries to spin another one in there, and he falls behind 2-0. Lancaster is on deck. Hiyoto is the winning run. He's at second base. So Jalen Wheel, the shortstop's beautiful. Like, he's like a wide receiver before he just goes in motion.
He went about 8 steps towards second base right before that pitch was thrown.
Sees where the pitch is going to be thrown and then moves based on it. Fastball in there for a strike. 3-1.
By moves like runs.
Yep. And if
it's coming in.
By the way, if they ban the shift in Major League Baseball, that may be something we see more often. Defenders moving while the pitch is thrown.
That's a great point.
Kama Angel 10 for 17. Couple of homers, 7 RBIs. 5 of those came today. Three and 2. Winning run at second base. Left field. Watch Hiyoto. He steps on third. Here he comes. Throw to third. Waiting on a call. It doesn't matter. He's safe. It would only be the second out. Hawaii wins the World Championship again. They outscore opponents 60-5. One of the most dominant performances we have ever seen in Williamsport. That is their 4th win under the 10-run rule format in 6 games.
How about all the names that we've talked about for this Hawaii team? I mean, Jaron Lancaster being a huge one who pitched today, but Kama Angel has been kind of that secret weapon for Hawaii that doesn't get talked about enough. 6 RBIs in this game. He gets the game winner. Started his night off with a home run. 4 total hits, 2 singles, a double. And that beauty.
About everybody on this Hawaii lineup reached base today. At least once. they were as dominant as we thought they were. It was businesslike again today. Just 7 hits, but they were patient at the plate, made just 1 error, threw a ton of strikes.
Curaçao could not find the strike zone. They walked and hit way too many batters against an offense like this. Again, the numbers are pretty mind-blowing for a Little League team against the other best teams in the country. 60 runs scored, 5 runs allowed. That's it.
Good job, guys.
See the friendships too. Hanging out up in the Grove. These two teams are some of the closest teams that we've seen here. And you see all the hugs going around. Shared friendships. We saw that with Lancaster versus Rica, the 2 best players from each team going head-to-head. The friendship that they had made here in Williamsport.
So the coaching staff that was here in 2018 now has their 2nd Little League World Series championship. Kids from Hawaii salute the friends and families of those from Curaçao. Certainly makes a long flight back to Honolulu even more enjoyable.
Good job.
It's amazing how dominant this team was and yet how humble they were throughout all of it. I mean, that's something that just jumped to me because they had the ability to be cocky, to have that swag, to kind of be that team, and yet they continuously talked about each other. They talked about the family. They talked about everybody else, and they exemplified it better than any team I've seen here.
Well, it starts with their head coach as they all sprint out to touch the now dented bust of Howard J. Lamedy out in center field. But
because of a Hawaii home run.
Exactly. I mean, Gerald Oden, his coaching staff, one is his brother, the other is Willis Kato, who's the first base coach. They just kind of do everything that you would want a 12-year-old coach to do right. And of course, their players are going to do the exact same thing. They play the game hard. They teach the game hard. They celebrate when good things happen, but they also respect those on the other side of it. And, they got some really good 12-year-old baseball players, and that helps.
A lot of folks will point to the weather, which they benefit from, but the work ethic is certainly another one. And they get their kids from a Little League area in South Oahu. And the Oda family certainly has got this thing rolling in the right direction. They'll grab that banner. They'll take some pictures. Then the numbers continue to defy logic with the Little League team. They had 14 homers. They had more walks as an offense than they did strikeouts. Like, think about that. They walked more often than they struck out. Now, today added to that total, but that's the way it's been all week for them.
Now they get to take a picture. It's going to hang on their walls forever.
Yep. The update that we got from Curaçao, by the way, on Kushandrickson Duran was that it was an arm injury. So Kekoa Payanal, Kama Angel, Jaron Lancaster, Daley Watson, Cohen Sakamoto, who pitched so well here, Brennan Tomas, Micah Noda, Isaiah Wong, Kayonuchi, Kobe Ino, Rustin Hyota, Jonathan Sniffen, and Tal Purcell. That is the team that rolled through Williamsport. Kama Angel sent one down the line in left field. Rustin Hyota slipped a little bit around third. That was the run that won the Little League World Series for Hawaii. They did it in 2018, and they do it again here in 2022. We got a dog pile at Lamedy, and it's full of kids from Honolulu. We'll hear from them as we continue the Little League World Series. This year, Hawaii champions.
Drive deep gone. Hawaii wins it.
Hawaii wins the gold medal at the Little League World Series.
There you have it. Hawaii wins it. Noka Oi, Hawaii.
Hawaii is the best. And they win another one now. So you move Hawaii onto this list with other multiple win states. California 7, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, and now Hawaii all have won 4 Little League World Series titles. And for this particular Little League, it is their second in the last 4 years. Let's go down to Julie.
Ravi, I've got Gerald, Kama, and Kakoa. First off, Gerald, let's start with you as manager. 4th Little League World Series title for Hawaii. Congratulations on that. Second for you, 2 for 2. I know in 2018 that one was special, but complete domination this year for your team.
You know, I'm just happy for our kids. Of course, they worked hard, and when we told them today, no matter what happens, today's their last day as a 12-year-old baseball player, and we just really wanted them to enjoy it. Super proud, super happy of these kids, and just happy to represent our great state of Hawaii and our country, of course. And hats off to Curaçao. I know they was getting into some pitching problems at ours, but yet they continued to battle to the end. So much love and respect, and I hope they travel safely back home. And again, just very grateful for this opportunity.
We talk about complete domination. These two next to you had a big hand in that. Kama and Kakoa, 56 was the run differential between what you guys scored and the rest of the field here. You had 9. Oh, I feel like there's water coming. You two had 9 runs batted in just between you. How about this tournament for you, and what was so special about this group?
This tournament was great. I feel like what's special about our team is that we always have our backs, and like no matter what happens, if someone goes like 10 for 10 or someone pitches a perfect game, everyone has to compete to win this game, and I feel like that's what's great about our team.
And you do that very well. Kama, Kakoa, 4 home runs for you, led this entire tournament. 1 home run when you played last year. Compare the 2 years, and just again, the dominance of this team. 7 different players for Hawaii hitting home runs. It felt like every single night it was a different player for you guys.
Last year it was a big, defeat for us. I was really sad. And this year, it's a big difference. Our team it's a big, group of people, and I like how they always pick me up when I'm down. And, they always tease me that I always hit 4 home runs and always strike out. And, yeah.
All right, you guys, congratulations on that title. Enjoy it. Thank you.
Julie and Sebi, thank you. Great work all week long. They got him a little Gatorade bath. Then they threw baseballs to all the fans that they had in their buckets. We'll wrap it up with a look back at the great memories of this World Series after this. They came, they saw, they played, and they conquered. Hawaii in a dominant Little League World Series run, averaging almost 10 runs per game. 4 times they showed teams the door after a 10-run rule. They run around Lamini Stadium celebrating a championship, and that was really cool. They did empty their bucket, and they went out, and anybody that stayed around, they were firing baseballs too, so you get a chance to walk home not only with the memories of watching Hawaii do this, but now you think, wow, they're even really solid people. They gave us a baseball to leave. Jess and Kyle, some final thoughts on what was the 2022 Little League World Series.
You see a team like this, and you think about all the fans, all the people watching, right? And you want to emulate the swings, the home run swings, the pitches. To me, it's about the message that this Hawaii team continued to show, and that was the humility, the fact that they really genuinely were about family, each other, and you just don't see that. So to be that dominant and have that personality is not a coincidence. And I feel like that's the biggest lesson.
Yeah, emulate the people in this case. I mean, the baseball component was awesome. And we saw some great reactions and personalities from kids from Curaçao and all of those this week. We saw Hawaii on the field a little bit more. And honestly, it is who they are. It's not just what was on the back of their jerseys, and it played out all the way through. It was fun to watch.
It sure did, and it's been fun to be with you two, and of course Jess and Sebi, a group at Volunteer, Mike and Tim Kirkshin, Xavier Scruggs, our entire production crew. Thanks so much. We're going to leave with some of the great images that we saw as Little League and all the fans and the international teams returned to Williamsport. I'm Carl Ravitch. Until next year, thanks for watching, everybody. There's our first home run. Satinoff from his knees. Got him. What a throw. I'm gonna be the greatest. He makes the catch.
Everybody in the park know how much you believe. We're not done, and we're not done believing. Everybody still proud of you. We have nothing to lose.
Diving stab! What a play! Crushed!
The back foot to go with it.
Oh! Double play! And made the catch!
And that is a web gem.
This goes down as one of the most historic games in Little League baseball history.
And
World Series champions Hawaii. It felt like that was going to be the way this ended, probably from maybe last weekend. They were the best team by far on the United States side. Curaçao did not have their best pitcher available in the championship game. And there was a real bad inning there in which a handful of guys, 5 of them got hit by pitches. They were free passes. And against a team that ended up scoring in 6 games, 59 runs, you're not going to win. They put the ball over the wall. They made contact with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Jess Mendoza, Kyle Peterson. Truth is, been here since 2003. I haven't seen an offense dominate a field the way that they did.
I mean, we've talked about them outscoring opponents 60-5. I mean, it just kept going. And, you know, we've all seen dominant teams. We've been a part of dominant teams. To allow that to keep going, it's one of the hardest things to do on this stage.
Right.
So not only did Hawaii dominate from early on, but then to continue to do it with different people. I mean, in this game, in the championship, was Kama Angel coming in with 6 RBIs. We've seen so many guys, especially 7 different players, hitting home runs.
They got 14 kids on the squad, and everybody got on base today. Like that's a pretty balanced lineup to start. Over the course of this thing, they had more walks than they did strikeouts offensively. They gave up 10 hits as a team in 5 games on the mound. I mean, it's just kind of pick your superlative. And that was Hawaii all the way through, and they showed more of it today.
Right. And for the coaching staff, they did it in 2018. They brought the same mentality back. The whole we greater than me thing. When you have the talent and you have that mentality, anything is possible, like another World Series championship. They've got 4 as a state, and they've got 2 in the last 4 years with Kyle Peterson, Jess Mendoza, Carl Ravitch. Congratulations, Honolulu.